Okay, so Friday you were out.
Yes.
So that was too bad
Yes.
because Brian came by, Brian the PR guy, and said, "Hey, you got a few minutes to talk to these 3 kids, like 12-year-olds?" And
Right.
I was like, "Yeah, dude, for you,
Sure.
anything."
Right, yeah.
And apparently they have a podcast.
Oh, awesome.
And in fact, so we're at number 35. They're at like 57.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
what is this podcast?
It's called OmniTechNews.
So cool.
And it's 3 kids. And actually, why don't we just do the interview and you can talk, we can hear about OmniTechNews and what these kids do.
Oh, totally. Let's roll it.
All right, let's do it.
Go.
Well, I'm here with the guys from OmniTechNews, and now I feel like really old because I've been podcasting for a few months, and these guys are, I think the oldest is maybe 12, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you guys introduce yourselves?
My name's Robert Clark. I'm 12 years old.
My name's Carson Fujisaki. I'm 12 years old.
Hi, my name's Lucas Reif, and I'm 11 years old.
Wow, and you guys have a podcast called OmniTechNews, right?
Yes, yeah, we do.
Wow, so how'd you get the idea to have a podcast, and what's it all about?
Well, we started off with another name called Clark HQ Tech. Then it just evolved into OmniTech News because we wanted to get more serious with it. Well, we were doing a lot of shows, and we were getting more publicly noticed. So we decided, yeah, let's change our name, start making a bit more professional, have our own website, that sort of thing.
I guess where we really started was from an interest in technology. That kind of evolved into wanting to make what we know and what we have, things around the house to review. We kind of wanted to make a show for that, an online show, and show it to people. That evolved into Clark HQ Tech, and that was relatively unprofessional. We just used a few cameras lying around, streamed that to Mogulus, that was what it was called.
Yeah.
And that was actually pretty good. I think we did a good job on that. We worked hard. That kind of evolved into OmniTechNews, which was a name we all thought up with Greek and Latin roots. Omni meaning all and every, tech news, so all and every tech news. And that definitely got a lot more professional. We started taking more time to edit, and now we're writing scripts.
Wow, you guys are amazing. So what do you cover?
Anything really related to tech stuff?
Yeah, and I think that's one reason that we changed the name is because we wanted to expand from just stuff that we had laying around the house and expand to everything. That's why we named it OmniTech News, all in every tech news, and we cover everything. We're not specific about just Microsoft or Apple. We cover everything.
How do you get the products that you review?
Well, so a lot of the times we contact companies, just contact companies for something like cases, or iPod Touch cases, which are relatively useless now since, Robert sold his iPod.
Hit a Zune.
Yeah, Zune! Woo! But, wow, that's super cool, guys. So how much time does it take you each week or do you do your podcast weekly? How frequently?
It really depends how busy we are. When we start school again on Tuesday, which is like a couple days now, we're not going to be doing as many shows. Maybe at least once a week, maybe probably a bit more than that, but at least once a week. And in the summer, we've been doing like 2-3 times a week. So it depends how serious we want the show to be. Sometimes we don't write scripts for the shows, but most of the time we do if we want it to be professional.
And you guys are on show 57?
Yeah, we just did show 57 yesterday. That was featured on the King 5 interview that we did yesterday.
Wow, on the local news here. And Matt and I are at show 35, and we don't have scripts, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys are doing a great job. I mean, I personally, I can't talk without a script because, I have no idea what I'm going to say.
I shouldn't talk without a script. Matt's pretty good, but no. So how did you guys decide on a podcast, and how did you learn the technology needed to be able to create a podcast?
I think it was just general knowledge of tech. We love tech. We read news sites. We're up to date on all of that, and it just we just learn about it over time. And as we're really into tech, it just happened that we knew.
And the podcasting is actually pretty recent. We just started the podcasting on show 50. Until then, we've only been posting on YouTube, and we've been posting our shows on our blog, and So the podcasting is relatively new, actually.
Cool. So what are your favorite products that you've reviewed recently?
Recently?
Yeah. Or favorite in general.
My favorite one. Not quite sure what my favorite one. Lucas, what was your favorite one, Lucas?
I really enjoyed the Dash 3G review, which was actually our most recent show, which was show 57, which I really liked. Carson recently did an overview or review kind of thing of this free dock called Rocket Dock, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah, that was a really good show, actually. I think that was probably the best show on our site.
I really enjoyed the Sony Vio FW review. I thought that was really great from Robert, and I am kind of biased because I have a Vio FW myself, but...
I've got an older Vio. It's pink, obviously.
Yeah.
Pink is cool.
Yeah, that's right. Pink is cool. All right, guys. Well, so where can people find your podcast?
You can find it in Zune, of course.
Yes.
OmniTechNews in Zune, and on iTunes. iTunes. and OmniTechNews.net and YouTube.com/OmniTechNews. They're all places that we update whenever we do a show. But mainly our site, where we do blog posts about news. So, yeah, pretty much all those places.
OmniTech News. Awesome. Wow, you guys are so impressive.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for coming by the studio.
Oh, that was awesome. They're so cute. They're so funny. Oh.
I know. And they're so sincere and smart. And
Right.
I was just like, I'm such a dork. And they listened to our podcast because afterwards I was like, look, Hello Kitty Toaster. And they're like, oh, yeah, we know
and they
about
knew.
that.
Oh, brilliant.
Yes.
That's so cool. That's so bizarre. I love it. That's so awesome.
I mean,
Good
it
for
really
them.
makes me feel like I'm not very accomplished for these 12-year-olds.
Right, they're rocking it out. But that's cool. But that just shows you, like, information age, right? Like, 12-year-old kids can, like, crank out an awesome podcast that tons of people listen to. And that's really fun. That's
Yeah,
just neat.
it's cool.